family and business don't mix, and y'all need to learn that and stop trying to mix the two. Let's get into
I
it.
do not owe you conversation. Let's also get that clear. We don't want to hear from you. Go away.
She said, well, I changed my mind. And she has that right.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. And we are here for episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 10. What's it called? Good Trouble. And before I get into the review, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, to this video. Give it a big thumbs up, and let's get started. So, this episode starts with Rashida and Kirk. They let their kids run their bistro. Their, who is it? Kai is like the manager. Kirk Jr. is like, they call him a float. So basically, I think he does a little bit of everything. And Kelsey is the bartender. She makes the drinks. And Kai and Kirk Jr.'s girlfriends are servers there. And unfortunately, something happened where the girlfriends got into a fight, and Kelsey, I guess, tried to break it up, and in her breaking it up, she ended up a part of the fight as well. And now nobody is talking to each other, and with that means they're not talking to each other, so they're not working together. So what's going on with the bistro? And I'm pretty sure that was what those phone calls were pertaining to last episode that they didn't pick up on. And I'm just trying to understand why you got all your kids in one location. But anyway, so we are meeting Omeretta the Great. I know her from YouTube, like back when Tink was coming up, and it's another artist I cannot remember, but I used to search their names faithfully on YouTube, listening to their music. She has great freestyles. So this is really like a long time coming for her, and I'm so glad that she's getting this type of exposure. And she is at a radio station premiering a new song called Doing Too Much. And during her interview, she says, basically, I'm independent. I've been looking for a manager, looking for a team, but they always try to change who I am. Like, I'm the tomboy type. I wear kicks. I don't wear heels. You're not putting no blonde wig on me and trying to change how I look. And she's a beautiful brown skinned girl. She has black hair, and she does rock the tomboy look. She's like, that is who I am. I'm not willing to change that. And until I find a team who can agree with that, I guess I'm just out here on my own. And she says that during 2020, like during COVID, I'm assuming, she took a break. She didn't put out nothing. She didn't go online. She didn't do none of that. She was just chilling. But now she's doing a meet and greet at, I believe it's a shoe store. It was either a shoe store or a hat store, to just kick it with her fans. And she's signing copies of her new single called Doing Too Much. Now, while she's doing that, Young Baby Tape shows up and says, I've been a fan of hers. We follow each other on Instagram. She's real cool. And she goes and shows support and gets a copy of the single and tells her, I'm going to be in the studio in a couple days. You should come through. And she agrees. So Yandy, they're in Kentucky now. And they pull up to a press conference in front of the DA's office to speak about the upcoming rally that they're going to have. And, Mendeecees is there, and he makes a statement that if he gets arrested during this protest while he's on probation, that's a violation, and he could be sent right back to jail, and he's not trying to do that. So basically, if anything starts at this rally, he going in the opposite direction. He not going to get caught up in this. And Erica is at home, in the bed, and she's talking to her sister, basically telling her everything that's been going on, and basically how she's nervous because she doesn't even think she's gonna have a husband soon, and if she tells him this news that she has, she's pretty sure that he's gonna walk away. And of course, it's what we already know, but it was her being pregnant. And she went to her annual checkup, and come to find out she's actually 23 weeks pregnant, and she didn't even know. So I'm wondering, like, was she drinking that whole time, probably smoking, or doing all the type of stuff that you're not supposed to do while you're pregnant because she didn't know that she was pregnant. And I'm not blaming that on the baby being in the NICU right now. So please do not take that for that. I'm not trying to blame her for nothing. I'm just wondering, you know what I mean? So Kurt goes to see their accountant to figure out what's going on. And the accountant tells him that they are in the red for a little over $1 million. I had to take a sip on that. I'm like, damn. Over $1 million. So he's like, you know, what do we need to do? And the accountant tells me, you know, like, we could see our way through this. You know, don't panic. It's ways to get done. And I don't know why he's telling his accountant what's going on personally wise. Just was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. We gonna get this together. So Jock pulls up to Kentucky. It's Jock Mendeecees and is it My Song? My Song or My Song? He's a part of the Until Freedom movement as well. They just walking down the street talking, you know, talking about this and how police brutality and all that type of stuff. I really don't want to get into it. And you know what? You know who also shows up in Kentucky? Karlie Red. And I don't get why she's there either. It's like Karlie Red, Rashida, and Kirk. Y'all can all go. Because if you try to introduce your kids, let your kids be a part of the storyline, and y'all play the back seat then and just show up every so often. Especially if y'all call yourself trying to make y'all marriage y'all main priority. Let this TV show go then. But Omeretta does show up to the studio with young baby Tate, and she tells her, you know, my mom used to be my manager, but I had to fire her. It didn't work out. And this is what I mean when I said family and business is not mixing. Like, for some people, I shouldn't say all, just for some people, it's really not clicking, and y'all just need to let it go. And so Amaretto goes to talk to her mom. She's like, you know, I ain't talked to my mom in a long time, and I really haven't wanted to, but you know, I'm gonna sit down and clear the air with her. So she caught herself making tacos, but sis put butter in the pan. And I'm just like, for taco meat, ground beef? Don't you just put it, like, you season it, but you put it in the pan? It makes its own grease. You just gotta okay. But anyway, her mom get to talking, and her mom says, you know, I don't know what's going on with you anymore. I gotta go to Instagram to see that you performing in clubs, you know, and I'm upset about that. Why am I not hearing from you? And Omeretta, I guess she already know. Girl, fuck these cameras. Don't act like you don't know why we haven't been talking. And so this leads to them sitting outside having a conversation, and her mom basically, another person getting gaslit. She's like, you know, so why haven't we been talking? She's like, you know why? Because you put a man before your family. She's like, I didn't do that. We not gonna do that. And Amaretto was like, but he was abusive. He was mean. Well, I'm not gonna argue with you there. And it's just like, basically, when I needed you, you were not around because you were giving all your time and attention to this man. And it's like she agrees but trying to disagree at the same time. Basically, like, she doesn't want to admit that she was a quote-unquote bad parent, and she's not willing to take that responsibility. And she's like, so I'm trying to fix this. And Amaretta's like, okay, I told you what you had to do to fix this. She's like, well, I'm never going to admit to that, so I guess we just don't have a relationship. And Amaretta's like, I guess we just don't fucking have one then. And she's like, damn, that's fucked up. And I guess it is fucked up, because I'm telling you what I experienced through you and what you did to me, and you're telling me, like, you're agreeing but then trying to omit certain parts as well, and then saying, well, I'm never going to agree to that. So then we're at a standstill, and I guess we ain't got nothing to say to each other then, mom. Like, deuces. So Rashida and Kurt, you know, they go to the Bistro, and they're having, I guess you could call it a meet, because it is a business, and telling them, you know, all of what's going on, y'all gonna have to cut that out, and this is a business, so I need y'all to. But I'm just like, it's family. Family gonna always feel like they got certain privileges that regular employees ain't supposed to have. And Kurt mentioned something about favoritism, and who was it? Kelsey. She was like, yeah, I do feel like there's favoritism because me and Kirk Jr.'s girlfriend was taken off the schedule. Like, we were suspended, but Kai's girlfriend was on the schedule, and I feel like that's favoritism. And Kai's girlfriend is over in the corner, like, rolling her eyes, like, really? And this starts an argument between them. And once again, the two girlfriends start arguing again because Kirk Jr.'s girlfriend, they said something. She's like, that's cap. That's big cap. And Kai's girlfriend is looking at her like, girl, I will jump across this couch and beat your ass again. But Kai gets up and walks out because, like, him and Kirk Jr.'s girlfriend was going back and forth. And when she said something about that being cap, he stood up and was like, man, I'm not doing this. Because I will literally throw that bitch across the room. Basically is how he was looking. And Kurt goes outside to talk to him. And he's like, it's not my fault that I'm the responsible one. And I was made manager. And he's like, I love my brother and sister. But I guess working together has broken up the relationship. And they're not as close as they once were. And Kirk makes a statement. He's like, I want y'all to always be close because y'all gonna always be family regardless. But I guess at the same time, like, I also want y'all to work together because this is a family business. So pull it together. But it's like, if them heifers done already fought, ain't no way y'all gonna all be close again. And Kelsey feels disrespected because it's like, I was trying to break up this fight and somehow I end up fighting both of y'all. And then she feels like her brothers are picking their girlfriends, over her. So it's like, basically it's just one big mess that, basically ain't never gonna get solved because it's weird. Because obviously from how it's looking, neither brother is leaving their girlfriend. So Kelsey, I don't know what you're gonna do, honey. But when Kurt gets Kai to come back inside, he tells them, he said, I'm telling y'all right now, the next person to start some shit, you the first one out the door. And ain't nothing to talk about. Like, this business needs to be kept on track. Rashida said some shit, but it's just like, Rashida, girl, you a pushover. Like, really gone. And the episode ends with the rally. It's very, it's supposed to seem powerful. And, like, I really fast forwarded through it because I'm like, I didn't want to see it. I'm sorry. I was tired of reliving it. I'm tired of being in my feelings about it. And I really didn't. I fast forwarded to the end, but it ended with the rally. It looked nice. I saw a jock on the microphone. It looked good. And next week, Lamar Odom is somehow going to be on the episode tied to Karlie Red, and I'm just trying to understand why. But that's all I got, and I hope to see you guys back for episode 3 next week. And also, I do reviews on the Encore. BET presents the Encore. So check those out, and I'll probably list them up above. Peace.